Well, despite concerns raised by several city councillors, a bubble zone bylaw is one step closer to becoming a reality here in Ottawa. The bylaw would limit protests outside places of worship, community centres and schools. CTV's Austin Lee was at today's council meeting. He joins us now live in studio with more. Austin.
Yeah, Patricia, today council voted 22-3 in order to direct city staff to explore the possibility of implementing a vulnerable social infrastructure bylaw. That's often been referred to as this bubble bylaw that we keep talking about. Now, city staff will have several months to dig into how a bubble bylaw could look before coming forward with a report early next year.
I'm glad we had the debate. I think the conversation exposes the fact that there's a lot that has to be debated here.
Despite concerns it could impede on constitutional rights, City Council is moving ahead with the possibility of introducing a bubble bylaw that would restrict where people can protest.
I have heard from many residents in our community about concerns they have about a number of different events that have taken place or could take place in the future.
Protests could be restricted around schools, hospitals, places of worship, and certain community spaces. The idea stems from what is already in place in Vaughan, where anyone found to have violated the bylaw could face a $100,000 fine.
That's a municipality using the threat of an extreme severe penalty to basically to intimidate someone as a disincentive about what could be legal acts of protest. And I just think that's a pretty heavy thumb for any municipality to be putting on the scale.
The Vaughan bylaw has not been challenged in court, so there are questions about its constitutionality. Some experts say Ottawa needs to tread lightly.
If you actually went through and marked up on a map where the daycares, where the community centres are, and then you put a 100-meter radius around all of those, I'm not sure how much space would be left in the public square for democratic purposes.
The National Council of Canadian Muslims and the Jewish Federation of Ottawa have both previously told CTV News they are in favor of a bubble bylaw, as anti-Semitism and Islamophobia have increased since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war.
Ideally, we can move forward with our residents believing that they have the right to demonstrate, they have the right to free speech, and that our residents also feel that when they're dropping their kids off at school or when they're attending a service in their place of worship, that they can feel safe doing so.
City staff will bring forward a report on the issue sometime between January and March. City councillors will make the final approval on any recommendations that city staff may have early next winter or spring. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Austin Lee live for us tonight. Thank you.